Okay, to start off, we're using this NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk as our base. Any white base that you have will be fine. We just want to brighten up the eye and put something down there so our shadows really stand out. And then I'm going to be placing a translucent powder. This is the e.l.f. HD powder. And I'm just putting that on there so it doesn't crease while I do my eyeshadows, because last we'll be applying a different color. Going in the darkest shade of this NYX Natural palette, I am going to be carving out my crease. This look would be great for anybody who has hooded eyes, because you can really pick and choose wherever you want to put your crease. And again, I'm just laying down a base. I am going to be going over this line quite a few times, so right now I just want to carve out my eye and figure out where I want to place my shadows. Here I'm just blending the line that I created, and you want to make sure that you blend up because we want to keep that eyelid really open and full, so blending up will help keep that eyelid shape. And again, I'm going over the line, still using the darkest shade in that NYX Natural palette. Here I'm actually taking a little bit of the matte bronzer, and this is really just going to warm up our look and be used as a transitional color. And of course you want to continue to blend. Then again, I'm going over that line. I'm just keeping it on the outside where I want to darken it up, just to give it a kind of a smoky effect. And of course you want to blend everything together. Going back into that palette, I'm taking the lightest shade and placing that all over my eyelid. I want to get it right below that dark line so that we get a nice contrast there. Now you don't have to use the same exact palette I'm using. Any kind of colors would work. Pretty much a chocolate brown in the crease, a cream shade on the eyelid, and kind of a reddish brown for the transition color. Going back in with that reddish brown color, which was the matte bronzer, I'm just warming up the crease even more. Then going in for a highlight, I'm using the same light shade from the NYX palette, and I'm just placing that underneath the brow, but any cream shade would work for this as well. For liner, I'm using the MILANI Eye Tech Extreme. This liner is so great. Definitely would recommend it for beginners because you just have such great control over it. Since it is a pen, it's just much easier to do your liner. You can do your liner whichever way you prefer. It does not have to be this dramatic, but I'm just connecting my line with the same dark line that we use to carve out our crease. Then just put on your lashes. And then of course you have to celebrate that you have successfully put your lashes on. Next, going in for a concealer, just to highlight and brighten, I'm using the L'Oreal True Match in Light. I like to do my under eyes really bright. That's just a personal choice. You do not have to do this much. If you want to go for something a little bit closer to your skin tone, that would work just as good. But I'm just blending that out with a damp beauty blender. Also want to hit your chin, your nose, and blend it out. And then you want to set everything with a powder. Any translucent powder would work. I'm just using the e.l.f. HD powder. Next, to contour, I'm using the NYX Matte Bronzer. This is the same shade we used to warm up our crease when we were doing our eyeshadow. But I am just putting this in the hollows of my cheeks, around the top of my head, and my forehead. Now this may look a little harsh, but I am going to be blending everything out once we do highlight and blush, so don't be alarmed. I also am going to contour my nose a little bit. I don't normally do it, but just for the purpose of the video, and I know many people like to contour their nose, so I just thought I'd throw that in there. I didn't want a blush, so I kind of just went with a bronzer. This has a lot of shimmer to it, and it's kind of just like just a bronzy color. So I put that on my cheeks, and then I blended everything that I've done out. And to highlight the top of our cheekbones, I'm using the NYX Illuminator. Going back into the NYX Natural palette, I'm using the darkest shade and just putting that along our lower lash line. And then going back into the palette again, take the lighter shade and you want to put that on the inner corners of your eye. Next, for our bottom lashes, I'm using the RIMMEL Lash Accelerator. And unfortunately, after this, it's going to be over because I lost the clip of me putting on my lipstick. But I did include a clip of what the lipstick looks like. And it is just called MILANI. And I think the color is Black Cherry. I don't know. I'll have the caption up there for you. Yes, I was right. MILANI Black Cherry. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. And until next time, I will see you guys soon.
Why'd you park behind spray keys? Hold it up, look at what you do, buddy.
It's my purse. Where are you going?
Don't worry.
Not going to college are a waste of time and spending too much time. I love it anyway, even if you cannot stay.
Okay, that's enough of that.
Yeah, nigga, I'm still fucking with you. Still want to work.